Day 16 of 365. I'm going to show you two emails. Both say they're from your bank. One is real, one is a forgery, and 90% of people can't tell them apart by looking. But the mail server can, in milliseconds, using 4 protocols most people have never read a single line of. By the end of this video you'll trace exactly how a spoofed message gets caught, or slips through. Let's defend an inbox. Email authentication is a stack of 3 DNS-based checks plus 1 transport lock. SPF answers, who is allowed to send for this domain? tk-fmt answers, was this message tampered with in transit? DMARC answers, what do I do when those two disagree? And Startles answers, was any of this even encrypted on the wire? Attackers probe all 4. Miss one and your hardened mail stack becomes a phishing launchpad. We'll build the stack from scratch, then audit a real domain live. Start with SPF. It's a single txt record in DNS. Run dig-txt-example.com and you'll see something like v equals spf1 include _spf.google.com all. That include chains to another record listing authorized IP ranges. Receivers walk the whole chain. The trap is that ending. All means hard fail, reject anything else. But all is a soft fail. It says, this is probably forged, but deliver it anyway. Tons of servers ignore soft fails. So a domain can publish SPF and still get spoofed. tk-fmt is the tamper-proof seal. The sending server hashes the message body and key headers, signs that hash with a private key, and stamps a tk-fmt signature header on the email. The matching public key lives in DNS at selector._domainkey.example.com. The receiver fetches it, recomputes the hash, and verifies the signature. If the body was altered, even one character, the signature breaks and tk-fmt fails. A broken tk-fmt signature is a loud signal, this message was modified after it was signed, or it was never legitimately signed at all. Now DMARC ties it together. It consumes the SPF and tk-fmt results and applies your policy. Check dig-txt_dmarc.example.com. You'll see v equals DMARC1, p equals none. That p is everything. P equals reject blocks failing mail. P equals quarantine sends it to spam. But P equals none? That's monitoring only. It tells receivers, report failures to me, but deliver the spoofed mail anyway. This is why a domain with perfect-looking SPF and tk-fmt still gets impersonated. P equals none does literally nothing to stop delivery. It's the single most common email security misconfiguration on the internet. The fourth lock is Startles, encryption in transit. Opportunistic Startles means the client asks, do you support TLS, and upgrades if the server says yes. The problem, if an attacker strips that offer, the client silently falls back to plaintext. Verify a server's posture yourself. OPencil s_client, Startles SMTP, connect mail.example.com 25. That opens a raw SMTP session, negotiates TLS, and dumps the certificate chain. Now you can check if the cert is valid and trusted, because we have TLS and we have verified TLS are not the same sentence. Let's put it together on a real header. Open any email's raw source and find authentication results. You'll read something like SPF equals pass tkim equals pass DMARC equals pass. That's a clean message. A forgery often shows SPF equals fail or tkim equals none, and then DMARC equals fail, but if that domain's policy is p equals none, it still landed in the inbox. Walk the received headers bottom to top to trace every hop the message took, and cross-check the originating IP against the SPF record. That's exactly what an incident responder does when triaging a reported phish. Here's your checklist: SPF with all not all, DKIM signing every message, mark at P equals quarantine or P equals reject, not P equals none, and enforce TLS. Run those 4 dig queries against your own domain right now. Day 16 done. The takeaway: published records mean nothing if the policy says, do nothing. P equals reject is the highest leverage change a small team can make. Subscribe for day 17.